for step 18, attaching the motor, I have to say this is done a little differently than I'm used to seeing in Tamiya kits, in that normally they would have you attach the pinion to the motor and then you'd be attaching the motor to the gearbox. In this case, they're showing you that they want you to attach the motor first, then work on the pinion. And part of that is because they're showing you where the pinion needs to sit on that spur gear. But the other thing is, which is interesting, they're showing you putting on the pinion gear in a way that I would say is backwards, where the gear is facing inward and your attachment is on the end, whereas usually you're fitting the pinion gear on that way onto the motor. So that's interesting. And of course you can see that because the kit comes with a 17 tooth pinion, we're going to fit this onto the 17 holes that are in the or on the gearbox. So I think what we'll do is let's get the motor secured to the gearbox, then we'll work on the alignment of the pinion to the spur gear. So first off, let's get the motor into the right position here, inside the case. So you can see those two holes need to align up with the 17, as you can see the number. So if we grab, just hold this in, we'll grab one of our screws, and then we're going to screw that in. And I'm not going to screw it all the way in quite yet, just want to wait until I've got the other one in place. There we go. So now I'm just going to tighten it down. Okay, so there we go. So there is our motor attached to the gearbox and in hole 17 to match up with the 17 tooth pinion. Now, you can see here that we need to put this gear that we were working on into there, but we need to grease up that part of the gear. So we'll do that first. Again, we can be fairly liberal with this. There we go. And then that is going to sit in there, just like that. There we go. Just like that. So there is our spur gear in place. Now, as to the pinion, we've got our grub screw, and I'm going to start it first, which I like to do just because it makes it easier when you're trying to attach it to the motor itself. Just make sure it's out enough. Okay, so we've got our little grub screw in there. And then, as I was showing you, this has to match up with the backside level. So if we find the spot that we need to do this with. So if we find the spot that we need to attach the grub screw to, and then slide this in so that it matches and is level to the backside of that gear, you can see, then we can screw this in. Now, I'm going to do this over again. I just wanted to show you that because I know that I need to get, first of all, I need to make sure that that is on tight, and you'll see what I mean, is that I need to make sure that that is sitting level on that, on the flat spot of the motor. And then I'm going to start screwing it in a little bit. But now we will just seat it. Now you see it's already moved again, so just turn this backwards. There we go. And I'm going to sit it level. And then as long as we've got that level, which you can see in there, just about right there. Okay, so I can feel it now. So now I'm going to take this and really tighten it up. Make sure that is correct. You can see it's right where it needs to be, level with the spur gear. So we're just going to tighten this up. Okay, so I've tightened the grub screw off camera. I was finding it a little difficult with the camera in the way, but it is exactly where it needs to be, right on the edge. Everything is moving smoothly. You can see how the gears are meshing together. Fantastic. So step 18 is complete. So now we're going to move on to step 19 and attach the gear cover.